It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Season's greetings. Happy holidays. Welcome, thank you for joining us. It's a very special Christmas edition. Ernie Johnson of 2K Sports here with the always jolly Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith,
Merry
who's
Christmas
also
to you, man.
relatively jolly. Yeah,
Do you have my gift?
Maybe I do have. Did I get the gift that you sent me, or do I have a gift for you?
Either or.
No, neither.
Well, I'll get you two of those.
We have a song for you, Ernie.
What's that?
Hit the beat, Kenny. Ho, ho, ho. Open up your door. It's Santa Claus, and guess what, y'all? I got something to show. That's it.
Moments away at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the New York Knicks. Looking at the last game for the Knicks, it was a win against Charlotte. That game a high.
Welcome, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the home of the Pacers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. The sports fans are all nestled beside the 2K Sports broadcast as we bring you visions of NBA action this fine Christmas Eve. Ho, 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 ho. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Take a look at New York. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
Exactly, and confidence so big in this league, Greg. You know that. You want to keep that upper hand against teams whenever possible. And you can see they've got that look in their eyes. I mean, it's time to get busy and go to work.
And now the New York Knicks starters. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. And there's Livingston. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Frank in a shooting guard. Embiid kicks to Livingston. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. On offense, here are the Pacers. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they got that second chance by virtue of forcing the overtime, and then things really swung in their favor after that.
Pacers on defense. Feeds it to Anthony. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Thompson outside. He tries for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. To the middle. Okafor with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
On defense, the Knicks. Here's Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Kurt Rambis and I had a chance to talk for just a bit. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on making things difficult inside. Ideally, they'll be in the best shape, he feels, if they force most of the shots against them to come from the perimeter. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And here are the Knicks now, following the three-point attempt by Freak. Here's Frank. New York, no good that time either. So for New York, their last game, a win against Charlotte.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard.
Outside Anthony. Pacers with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Yeah, I think they felt that game slipped away from them. And it wasn't so much that they missed a lot of shots as much as it was they fought foul trouble the whole night.
Embiid the screen. The drive by Anthony, and it's Anthony again missing. Indiana leading by 3. Now, here's Clarkson. A 14-point game for him in the win against Atlanta. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Down low, Okafor. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Anthony. Against Charlotte, he was really on his game. New York shooting their second and third free throws tonight. The first free throw is good, and a new group in from Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And New York looking at who they've got. Porzingis is out there with Embiid. Then it's Bonner. Then there's Livingston. And it's Roberson in at the 2. He kicks it to Bonner. Fires from deep. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 3rd rebound tonight. George dishes to Thompson. They grab their own miss. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A moment here to see the numbers for Thompson. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 13 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
So he comes up empty, missing both. Knicks trail by 6. Here's Roberson. It's hauled in by George.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Now, here is George. Releases. Score the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Livingston kicks to Roberson. Here is Bonner. And he also played really well in that win against the Hornets. Just 5 on the clock. And Thompson sends it back. Outside, George. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter.
Move the ball. Stick it to him.
There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak, in the last matchup against the Hawks, he had an off game. He had 6 points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. Just a poor shooting performance from him as he never got it going, missing shot after shot. He'll look to right the ship in this one, Kevin.
Doris, thanks. And we all know he wants to come out here. And we're through the first.
Carmelo, I know.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
A good night for Carmelo Anthony. 12 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
Thompson, he's in at shooting guard. He's out there with Jordan Clarkson. Okafor out there with Paul George. And it's Morrison in at the 4 spot. That's the Pacers 5. And both free throws good for Clarkson. Knicks trail by 3. The pass to Frank. Outside Anthony. Embiid is at the elbow. There's the pick. Just his first attempt. And that one's good. Clarkson with the ball. Thompson outside. There's the feed to Clarkson. Pick by Okafor. Back to Thompson, expanding his range, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got 9.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Anthony kicks to Livingston. Embiid the screen. Passes it to Carmelo, and the layup's good off the glass. He's got 14.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
It's stolen by Anthony. Here is Livingston. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Porzingis can't hit.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Pass to George. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by Porzingis. New York trailing. Pass to Anthony. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
On the wing, George. To the inside. Here's Morrison and Embiid with the block. And now the Knicks on the break. Anthony leading the charge. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Both free throws good from Anthony.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
George against Anthony. And George, here we go. And the basket good. George has got the game tied up here for the Pacers. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Gentlemen, I had a chance to find out what Nate McMillan was discussing with his players. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Tries from 10. And it's Thompson again missing. The Knicks with the lead. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
Clarkson kicks to Thompson. There's the pass to Morrison. It's deflected. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here is Livingston. He's covered by Thompson. Livingston kicks to Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
George up top, covered by Anthony. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Check out the stats for Thompson. He has 9 points and 1 rebound.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
Kelloggese, right?
Yes.
Kelloggese. Pulls it up. Right on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Paul George. Passes to Porzingis. He feeds it to Rivers. Fareed with a clean look. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now, here is George. D right on him. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveyed.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And New York looking at who they've got. Bonner is out there with Anthony. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Livingston. And it's Frank in at the shooting guard position. Embiid with the steal. Here is Bonner. He's covered by Clarkson. This is to Bonner. Anthony, the pass to Bonner. New York moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Teardrop shot. Livingston, no luck. Pacers trail by 5.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
And here's Clarkson. He dishes it to Thompson. And that one comes up a bit short. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And the Knicks miss again. Indiana's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Okafor dishes to Thompson. A second chance effort. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
Some outstanding numbers in this one for Okafor. 8 rebounds, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them.
And George kicks to Morrison. The dish now to Thompson. Outside, George. There's a good screen. Back to Thompson. Can't tie it up as that one misses. The Knicks shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Livingston passes to Embiid. Bonner, that's a two-pointer. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. And the Knicks lead by 4.
You know, it was a pretty poor display from the field for them in the first half, but they've got the lead, and now the shots are starting to fall.
Yeah, it was a complete brick city in that first, but they've turned it around here in a big way.
And the foul called on Free. Here's Rivers. Kicks it to Robertson. Outside Anthony. From 13, the shot will not go. And Indiana will come the other way.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
They set the screen. Here's George. Indiana again missing.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Fareed dishes to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. And Fareed kicks to Rivers. Fareed inside. Covered by Okafor. That's good.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between the other player and the ball. That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Kurt Rambis had some advice for the team in that last break. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
Thank you, Doris. To the left side wing. Goes up the baseline. Good. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
You got it. Get the ball inside.
Picked by Okafor. 1:09 left in the game. Here's Clarkson. And it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Here is Livingston. Shot from the wing. Misses off the right iron.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George, no good.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the...
So it's New York picking up the win.
Well, gentlemen, I'm here.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3. And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
Quando eu me vi só.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. We'll be checking out Kyle Lowry tonight. He's the definition, I think, of a late bloomer. When you see how his game has really blossomed with experience. How does his performance rate for you, Kenny, among the best point guards in the league?
Oh, he's up there when he's healthy. The key is health with him. I think he made his first All-Star team last year, first All-Star game. That was great. You know, at 28 years old, that usually doesn't happen when you're after 9 years in the league.
Over the course of his career, he's found ways.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Indiana Pacers today. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Raptors make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
And for the Raptors, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I mean, it's been hard to watch this team struggle as much as they have throughout most of this season.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Thompson in at shooting guard. He's out there with Jordan Clarkson. Paul George is out there with Okafor. And it's Morrison in at the power forward position. Now here is Lowry. His last outing, he had 8 points. DeRozan's shot is good.
I like that, getting their offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Yeah, high percentage shot, and the more points you can get inside, I think the better off they'll be as the game progresses.
Stolen by Clarkson. Thompson outside. Buries the long-range jumper.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And so here's Toronto. It's a 3-point game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Kevin, that was really a tremendous effort. I mean, I thought they were coming all the way back. What a great fourth quarter of basketball. Just not enough to take it all the way.
And man, I tell you what, they had everybody in the building on the edge of their seats in that one. What an amazing comeback that would have been. Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Now Lowry. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. To the middle. Here's Morrison. DeRozan with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The layup off target. Pacers leading by 3. Kicks to Thompson. From beyond the arc. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
Yeah, no splits here, partner. One team will have bragging rights, and a win tonight is the first step.
Good. And it's 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
George passes to Okafor, and it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Valanciunas. Turner's checked in for Thompson. And DeMar DeRozan, star for this Toronto Raptors team, he said he wants to bring them.
A lot of people.
Let's face it, it's never easy for Toronto to get the attention that Clark, the U.S. teams get. That's just a fact of life that even Vince Carter at his best couldn't change.
And, you know, I don't even know if winning a championship would change that. Quite honestly, even if DeMar won the MVP. Just saying.
Yeah. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second chance points they're getting.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Raptors 5 right now. DeRozan at the 2 with Ross playing the 3. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Manning in at the 4. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks put forth a nice effort. He had 12 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint him.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
The 10-footer. Again, Indiana.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
To the left side wing. Manning the pass to Lowry. Floats one and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on George.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And he can't hit the second. Indiana leading by 7. Clarkson kicks to Okafor. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And DeRozan. Here we go. And the shot is good. DeRozan's got 8 points.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Again, the miss by Thompson.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Raptors have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Hill, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Clarkson dishes to Nurkic. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Nurkic has got his first basket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
A shot by Johnson, no good.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Clarkson. Excellent D there from Hill. Raptors trail by 6. Outside DeRozan. From about 19 feet, it's rebounded by Indiana.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Here's Nurkic. Back to Thompson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Thompson's got the lead up to 8 now for Indiana.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Outside DeRozan. They get a hand on it. Pass to Hill. Jones sets the pick for Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the wing, Johnson. Toronto needs to get off a shot. DeRozan. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. And that's 11 points for DeMar DeRozan.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock.
The Pacers making a change here.
Run something on the
Brewers
offensive end.
checked in.
It's simple. Throw it down inside or run some.
And so we conclude the first half. Pacers out in front. They're up by 10. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
I'm alongside Coach Casey. And, Coach, you guys are getting torched out there tonight. What's going on?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I could care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back.
All right, men, we've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play. All right, you start.
The second half just about to get going here.
DeRozan really playing well. He's got 14 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Raptors trail by 10. And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Thompson, he's in at shooting guard. He's out there with Jordan Clarkson. Okafor out there with Paul George. And it's Morrison in at the 4-man position. Pick by Okafor. George passes to Thompson. Back to George. Up and in on the layup. George has got 6 points.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Outside Lowry. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. Morrison pulls it in.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Toronto shooting 43% from the floor. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. And again, no good by Toronto. Pacers leading by 10. Clarkson dishes to George. Thompson outside. And it's Thompson again missing. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. DeRozan's shot is good.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Now here's Valanciunas. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Lowry.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Pacers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Turner's checked in for Indiana. And George drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter now. Lowry with the ball. 5 points in the game, and it's DeRozan missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary.
The Pacers making a change here. And here's George. He feeds it to Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by George. And that's 12 points for Freak. DeRozan. No good. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to New York. DeRozan out there with Terrence Ross. Then it's Johnson. Then it's George Hill. And it's Jones in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Right side, DeRozan. Brewer with the steal. Here's Thompson. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Indiana?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Pacers leading by 17. They set the screen. And George kicks to Thompson. From the baseline. Hill with some nice D. Makes it off the glass.
Plays like that, the hustle plays on the backboard, the second chance points that have really caused problems all day for the defense.
Ross with a screen on Thompson. Hill, he kicks it to Ross.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
That free throw good from Ross.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Raptors. Lowry comes in for Hill. Thompson outside, beyond the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Fast break, Toronto. Here is Ross. It's Jones on the wing. From 12 feet out. off the left rim and out.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
The shot by Clarkson, no good.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
Ross on the wing. The shot. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. Pacers leading by 15. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Okafor, the pass to Thompson. Back to Okafor. Pass to Thompson. 16 feet away. And he can't bank that one in. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Stolen by Thompson. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Clarkson. And Jones sends it back. But they get it back. Okafor gets the bucket.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, I had a chance to find out what Nate McMillan was discussing with his players. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Paul George. When Coach addressed the guys in the huddle, his message was clear. Quote, he's who we want getting the bulk of the touches. He is who we want making our decisions. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Gentlemen, some late-game adjustments that could prove in the game's closing moments. Kevin, over to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Indiana leading by 15.
Let's get the ball inside.
Morrison, the pass to Thompson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
And that free throw good from DeRozan. Now Clarkson. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. George dishes to Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson. Raptors trail by 14. Now, here's Lowry. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists here tonight. For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter.
Let's get the ball inside.
And George gets to Morrison.
Sticking too much.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Clarkson. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. DeRozan against Thompson. DeRozan passes to Lowry. Screen by Jones. Launches a 3. Thompson with the rebound. Pacers leading by 14.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
There's the pass to Okafor. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. Thompson dishes to Clarkson. Just 4 to shoot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really an extraordinary game for Thompson. He has 18 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
He hits the second from the line.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Puts up the baby hook and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That free throw, no good. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on the second free throw. There's 37 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Outside Lowry. Plays it up and banks it in.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Deng kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. And that one hits back iron. Johnson. No good. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never...
Good win, good win, good win. Worked hard, huh? Good win.
Guys, Paul George standing by.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
How about the show Freak was putting on tonight? It was a freak show. That's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen. Being able to use either hand and being as skilled as he is poses so many problems out there. But as modest as he is, he's not going to gloat even though he's having a great performance. He's going to just go right back out there, get to work for the next game.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they need to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed